Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in the state of hockey. Yes, in the previous episode, we beat the Vancouver Canucks en route to the Minnesota Wild's first ever Stanley Cup Finals bout. And Minnesota has a little bit of history with the Islanders. It was the former Minnesota North Stars. Yes, they went to the finals twice against Pittsburgh and the New York Islanders? Well, I thought I was going to go an episode without making a mistake, but nope, I'm not even going to fix this in editing. 1981. If I am not mistaken, I'm looking at my screen right here. It was 1981 against the New York Islanders. They lost. Minnesota North Stars. You can talk about, hey, they went there before, but this is a whole different franchise. You can, if you could talk about the Minnesota or the Winnipeg Jets turning into the Arizona Coyotes and then the Winnipeg Jets coming back, sort of thing, right? But Minnesota is here. Let's talk about it. Round number 1, we beat LA in 5 games. Okay, a lot of our guys, one of them stepped up. 2 of them actually, Brant Clark, one of our best producing defensemen, and Kirill Kaprizov scored a goal a game. That continued in round number 2. We win in game number 5. Anthony Francis has a hat trick in both game 5s. Round number 3. Vancouver put up a fight. You know, we lost Weeman there for, I believe it was a 3-1 game. Ben Bishop came in. I'm like, okay, Weeman's back. Let's put him in. He was iffy. He was iffy that entire round. He's been iffy for a bit, but I have to go with him. He's a guy that's brought us here. I'm not going to just change him out until I see some evidence. Okay? That was a round and a half. That was a scary round, but our offense kind of stopped clicking game 3 and 4 in Vancouver. And then the offense came back in Minnesota, and then we beat them 6-5 in OT, where Weeman gave up a 2-goal lead in the third period. Matt Dumba scored the OT winning goal to send Minnesota to the finals. For the first time, I'm going to reiterate that we are here in the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time. There's only a handful of teams left without a Stanley Cup. Arizona, Winnipeg, Nashville, San Jose, Minnesota. There's only a handful left, guys. There's not a lot. And we have a chance to get our name on the Stanley Cup here in 2024. But it's time to talk about the stats, who has shown up, who has not shown up, and I have a few ideas of who have shown up. The big man, Anthony Francis, 12 goals, 17 assists, 29 points. He's almost putting up 2 points a game. I'm going to say that again, almost 2 points a game. Do you realize how crazy that is? He came out of nowhere. First round, I want to say he had 7 points in 6 games, or 5 games, or 6 points in 5 games. Second round, he really started to bring things up. Third round, he just went off. He has been Conn Smythe material. I mean, you can say the same thing about Kaprizov. He's got 14 goals. He's almost got a goal per game through 16 postseason games. You can give it to either one of these guys. I wouldn't be mad if you gave it to the captain. I wouldn't be mad if you gave it to Anthony Francis. Either one of them deserve it. They've been so impressive, but they need to continue their dominance in the finals. Whatever you have done before, the last 16 games, you can forget it. This is the round where everything matters the most. I saw a lot of guys come out of their shell last round. Okay? But this is the round where it matters the most. Pietrangelo slowly getting better. He was a point per game through round number 1, round number 2, and then round number 3 he came up. I want to say he had close to 4 goals there in that round. He was important. He was very, very important. 2 power play goals. He's been good. Luke Kunin continues to impress, and I love this man officially. If we win the cup, man, it makes a hard decision to trade him in the summer. I was planning on trading him eventually, considering all the young guys in the AHL that want to come up. but he's making a case for himself here in Minnesota, and why would I trade away such an efficient player? And then you have David Pastrnak. 8 goals, 2-game winners. The goals that he's scoring are very, very important. Opening up the scoring, closing out a game. We signed him for this reason alone. The moment he comes over to Minnesota, we win a President's Trophy. Any correlation? I'm not sure. I was hoping we got the same effort out of Philip Forsberg last year, but he ended up in what was I saying? Oh, he ended up in Pittsburgh. Whoops! My brain completely flatlined there. I'm sorry about that. But he has been good, but he needs to be better. Cale Newman has also gotten better throughout this postseason. Is a good, reliable defensive player, which you rarely see from a young offensive guy, especially a sniper. He's been really, really efficient. 11 points in 16 games, I believe. I want to say this is his first postseason run. Is it his first postseason run? Yeah, this is his first ever run. And he's been very, very important for us, but he has to be better. Nils Höglander has 11 points in 16 games. You can say what you want. He is helping out. Obviously, not everybody's going to be a point per game on this roster. He is kind of a liability on defense, but plus-minus is a weird stat anyways. Everybody's got to be better. Louis Langweeder is always the guy to tie the game. And I'm not sure what this stat is. Is that like the game tying goal category? Is that even a thing? Game tying goals. That doesn't make any sense because we've tied a lot of games before, but apparently not. Louis Langweeder has been good. He's been a really solid defensive forward for us, even scoring a few points. He's only going to get better, but he needs to be better right now. Henrik Borgstrom only had 2 points that round, if I'm not mistaken. Iffy, but he has been a defensive, reliable player. He is a plus-minus of 0, so you can debate that, but we did trade a first for him. You can say that. What a waste of a first-round pick, but we're here in the finals, so obviously the trades that we made were beneficial. Jason Zucker, 7 points in 16 games, plus 7 on the 4th line. That's the reason we kept him on, to be a reliable player, and he has been. Same with Ryan Hartman, 4 points in 16 games. Not the best offensive totals. Plus 3, 2-game winners. Can't ask for much more than that. And then we get to Lucas Raymond, the most disappointing forward in Minnesota history. I'm not sure. Probably David Setoguchi is the most disappointing forward in franchise history. But with all that draft value, I'm almost certain Lucas Raymond is gone, because I was thinking maybe he can take over for Henrik Borgstrom or Kunin in that position, but he's not. He's not growing enough. Oh, but you changed him to a center. I'm trying to help him. He's not helping himself in any way. Maybe the best time to trade him is this offseason if I find that trade. Yeah. But make me almost regret trading you, or make me try not to give me a reason not to trade you, Lucas. Be good. Defense. Brandt Clark is already one of the best defensemen in franchise history. I mean, he was I can't remember what overall pick. I want to say 5th overall pick. Detroit passed on him. Detroit actually had him in the last franchise mode with Columbus. 72 points this year, a career best. He might even contend for a Norris this year. He might even steal that from Quinn Hughes. He has been so impressive. And he continues to dominate. He even has 1-game winner. Quinn Hughes. Speaking of dominating, Quinn Hughes is the man. Quinn Hughes is the man. He continues to dominate. Just like Brandt Clark last round, he beat his former team in Vancouver. He smushed him. He actually scored the first goal of that series. And then Jared Spurgeon scored the first for Vancouver to tie the game. But we won. Matt Dumba. You scored 2 goals, but the biggest goal you might ever score came in Game 6. 6-5. It was 5-5 in overtime. We let in 2 straight against Vancouver in less than 4 seconds. Seriously. From 48 seconds to or 46 seconds to 42 seconds. It was rough. That was one of the roughest periods I can recall. Weeman makes a big slap shot save, and Matt Dumba takes it up, gets back to him, and he takes a ripper, and he sends us to the Stanley Cup Finals, and I am forever grateful. But you must continue to be better. Actually, Mironov, I want to say he had no points that round, if I'm not mistaken, but he continues to be a really reliable defenseman. He's a plus 25 as an offensive defenseman, which you rarely see that sort of thing, because they're usually run and gun and they're always the offensive defenseman. It's in their name, right? But he continues to be a really solid guy for us. Thomas Hickey, no points that round, but he's a plus 5, right? Joe Hicketts, 1 point, plus 2. What can you say? Goaltending. Now, Weeman, we might have to have a discussion. I know you've only lost 3 games in total. Or we've only lost 4 games. You've lost 3 of them. You were rough that round, but I'm gonna continue to go with you. You are our future. And if we want to head into the future as champions, you have to be that guy. If I need to go with Ben Bishop, I will. But for now, I'm running with you. That might be controversial. Yes, I understand that. But let's check out the Islanders. How did they get here? Obviously, we beat LA in the first round. Then we beat Chicago in the same amount of games. Beating Vancouver in 6. The Islanders. Let's work from the first round. They actually beat their counterparts in the New York Rangers in 5. They beat Philly in 7 and the Buffalo Sabres in 6. 1981. It's been a few years, New York. But what do you look like? I can recall a few players on your roster. I know you were going through a weird thing where absolutely everybody was on the trade block for you. Even we almost got Dougie Hamilton. We almost traded for Dougie Hamilton. Could you imagine if we had? Where would we be? We wouldn't have Matthew Dumba. The New York Islanders. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, let's start from the top. Their best player, Matthew Barzal. He was the 16th overall pick in 2015, Connor McDavid's draft. Draft? Did I just say draft? You forgot the T, Owen. 88 points this year. He's going to be a point-per-game player for the rest of his career. He's a really, really solid. His rookie season, he had 85 points. People aren't talking about that enough. He had a off sophomore season, but this year, IRL, he's doing okay. He's leading the Islanders. I'm not sure if he's their captain or not, but he probably should be. Then they have Josh Bailey, a perennial underrated goal scorer. I mean, not like underrated goal scorer, but he always puts up really solid points. You can speak on the contract because it's always iffy, $5 million. At least it's coming off the books, right? Then they have Kiefer Bellows, and I believe in his NHL debut this year, he scored 2, which is funny. I always love to see that. He's been an okay NHLer. Is he a second liner just yet? Says he is, but you can always debate that. They have Jordan Eberle, former Edmonton Oiler. 86 points this year. He's been an absolute dynamite player for them. You can even debate putting Eberle there, but you're spreading out the scoring. Then their future. Lou McCullum, which was the guy that I wanted to draft in 2021. He was the guy that I was going to go after, and we didn't end up getting him. But, you know who we got. Lou McCullum. Absolute dynamite center. 17 points in 18 games in the postseason so far. They've played a lot of games. And he has been very, very important. Anders Lee as well, who is an underrated goal scorer. I feel like this guy always scores 30 or 40. So underrated. Like, slips under the radar every year. He continues to do that. You can talk about the contract. Oh, he actually is the captain of the Islanders. I forgot. Whoopsie. $7 million, you can debate that, but he has been good for them up to this point. Anthony Beauvillier. Quebec native. He underrated guy for the Islanders. I think he'll be good throughout the rest of it. He reminds me of Jean-Gabriel Pageau. Always slips under the radar. And I guess the Islanders actually just traded for Jean-Gabriel Pageau, but we can talk about that in a different episode. They also have Patrice Bergeron. I believe on this roster right now, he is the only man to actually have won a Stanley Cup. With the Boston Bruins, obviously. He was going to be their captain. Did he slip into free agency or was he traded? He's here in Long Island. Or Brooklyn because they don't play in Long Island. Ha 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 ha. Funny. He's important for them. They also have Brock Nelson. They have this Stanislav Zurkov. That interesting player. I do like that. Interesting guy. They have Oliver Wahlstrom, who is not probably being used properly. And they have Josh Ho-Sang, who infamously wore Mario Lemieux's number in his debut in the NHL, which isn't infamous. It's stupid that people got mad at him for that. Like, why are you the way you are, NHL fans? Come on. Their forward core, very, very solid. Defense. Honestly, they don't have a superstar here. Nick Leddy, who's underrated NHL defenseman, really like him. Same with Ryan Pulock. They got Noah Dobson, who is one of the best young defensemen in the league. They have Bode Wild. They have Mirko Muller, and they have David Savard, who is their older guy in this lineup. I don't hate that defensive core. They don't have a superstar, but it seems like they have a lot of nice shutdown guys. Goaltending. Their starter is David Rittich, or Riddick, whatever you want to say. That's a good tandem. They have Eric Comrie, and they have David Rittich. Rittich. That's a CH. It's a Rittich. Infamously known for his hockey stick Jose Bautista bat flip in a shootout victory for the Calgary Flames. Did he have any scratch player? Oh, no! Why are these guys... Did they just get hurt? Oh, that just changes everything. How did I forget about Dougie Hamilton? Oh, no. Ooh, this team got infamously better. Instantly or infamously? Whatever. Dougie Hamilton, how did I forget about that? Maybe I thought that he had been traded. Now that adds a whole other dimension to that defense core. Same with Vadim Slychuk. We've seen a lot of Slychucks in the postseason so far. Last round, it was for Chicago. Slychuk played for Chicago, and we see his brother here in Vadim Slychuk, 21 years of age, 7th overall pick in 2021. They had a really good draft that year, apparently. Oh, that adds a whole nother dimension to this squad. I understand why they're here in the finals. I understand why they've been able to shut down teams. I've also understand why they didn't succeed so much in the regular season, but they're here for a reason. 45, 30, and 7. They went 8-2 in their last 10 heading into the postseason. They've played 18 games here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We have played 16. You can talk about fatigue. We're the President's Trophy winning team. That isn't up for debate. That is facts. I am scared of this Islanders team. I understand why they're here. I understand why they've been able to dominate the Eastern Conference, but best of 7. Come on, boys. Bring home cup number 1. The Islanders have been to the dance before, not in a very long time. So it's the first time in a long time for the Islanders, and it's the first time for us. First period. 0-0. Goaltender battle. Shots are in the Islanders' favor, 9-7, so not a lot of offense there. I'm actually kind of surprised. Second period. Anthony Francis gets on the board. Joshua Ho-Sang scores. And Ryan Pulock. Ryan? I think it's Ryan. Making it 2-1, but Louis Langweeder, what did I say? Making it a tie game. Shots are still in the Islanders' favor. 18-15. Weeman. Get it together, man. Third period, it's an even one. One goal should win it. The next goal is so important. Louis Langweeder, 2 in a row. The MVP of game number 1 in the finals. Is that enough? I don't want to jinx it. I really don't. Should I stop talking? Should I stop talking? Power play for the Islanders. Late, we kill it off. Is that enough? Power play late for the Minnesota Wild. 40 seconds, and we hold on for game number 1 victory. They outshoot us, but we get the goals. Weeman gets a star, well-deserved, but Louis Langweeder, 2 straight goals late in the second period and one very, very early in the third period. Now, we have a conundrum. Evgeny Malkin is officially back. Chris Griffin. Ooh, we got a lot of guys down here in the AHL. Chris Griffin. I feel so bad leaving him down there, honestly. Ugh. But we're so good right now. Who do we send down? Do we send down, I guess we send down Fitzgerald? No, cancel. Evgeny Malkin is officially back. Evgeny Malkin is back. He was having a fantastic season. 84 overall. I would hate to leave him out of the lineup even though we're winning games. 58 points in 59 games as a 37-year-old. I think the best thing right now to help our offense out is to bring Borgstrom out of the lineup. Or maybe even Lucas Raymond. I'm honestly not too sure about that. I'm going to go... Raymond's out of the lineup, guys. I'm officially taking Raymond out of the lineup. Malkin, welcome back to the club. Special teams, I want to make sure. Yeah, okay, we're good. Evgeny Malkin. You were an offensive dynamo in your day. You were still good at your job. Is that the mistake? Is it a mistake that we put him in? I don't think it is. We didn't think we were going to be in this position in the Stanley Cup Finals. That's why we went out and acquired Borgstrom, but Raymond has been so lackluster. We might as well bring Evgeny Malkin into the fold. Game number 2, home ice. Let's see in his return. First period. That's what I like to see. Our big fish come out to play. Alexei Pietrangelo on the power play. Anthony Francis 3 minutes later. It's 2-0. We are doubling them up in shots. Second period. 3-0. David Pastrnak on the power play. Is that 2 power play goals on the evening for the Minnesota Wild? Yes, it is. Shots are in our favor, 24-15. I believe we're heading into the third period with the power play. Come on, boys. Power play early. Can we get 1? Can we get 2? Can we get 3? Power play. Alexei Pietrangelo, his second of the evening. Our third power play goal on... Or fourth... Might have been our fourth power... Third. Yes, third. What a game. That should be enough to close out game number 2 on home ice, heading to, not really Long Island, Brooklyn technically, because they play it in Nassau? I'm pretty sure it's Nassau Coliseum. Pietrangelo with the first star, Anthony Francis with the second, and Weeman with the shutout. No, dude, Evgeny, you tool, no, oh, you can't be doing that, dude. You are so... Why? Evgeny! Okay. Uh-huh. So, Evgeny Malkin is officially done. That might end his NHL career. That sucks. That does suck. Well, we had him back for 1 game and we won. Didn't really help us out that much, but it does suck that he won't be helping us here in the finals. He's officially done. He's out for the rest of the season, for the remainder of the playoffs. That is a sad, sad story. But we're heading to the Barclays. Who would play? They don't play in that. No, Nassau was their old Coliseum. Stupid. Oh, they play at Barclays Center. We're here in Brooklyn. Brooklyn. Thank you. Here in Brooklyn. Barclays Center, May 23rd, 2024. Come on, Minnesota. A chance to take a stranglehold on their home ice. Get it done, boys. First period. 1-0. Cale Newman, the rookie, scores. We're outshooting them 11-8. Second period. Weeman, really. Lee scores and Dougie Hamilton with 19 seconds left. Now that is a thing I've seen a lot, Weeman. You're letting in late period goals. You did that last round. You did that the round before. You're doing it right now. We're out shooting them by 1, but it's very, very close. Third period. Can we get 1? Can we tie this game early? Make it a game, boys. Minnesota. Come on, boys. Win this one. Come on, take a stranglehold. Come on. Come on. You want this cup. Anders Lee, the captain, scores. Islanders are up. This game is basically over. If we can get a quick one, we can make this a game. Doesn't look like we're going to make it a game. McCollum with the empty netter. A bad, bad game from the Minnesota Wild. I don't even want to look at the Stars because David Rittich shut us down. They just shut us down in general. Okay. Now, do we reevaluate? Losing Malkin. That is rough. But we're up 2-1. We have a chance to take a stranglehold yet again. Make it your series, Minnesota. Don't pull what you did last round. Go up 2-0 and let them tie the series on their home ice. First period. Really, Minnesota? Really, Weeman? Really? Sarkov, Bailey, both on the power play. They're quintillion shooting us out. Like, they're 18-8. Third period. The second period, sorry. Okay, we score 2 straight. Pietrangelo ties the game single-handedly, and Weeman, final minute, yet again. This guy can't close out a game. I cannot trust him. I can't. That is a thing that I cannot do. I cannot trust him. Islanders are winning, and they're out shooting us by a lot. Yet again, it's a 1-goal game. Third period. Come on, Minnesota. Come on. You need 1 goal to make this a game. Minnesota, please. Where are the big guys? Where do the big guys go, Minnesota? Minnesota, don't go out like this, Minnesota. Power play late for the Islanders. Francis with 35 seconds remaining. You beauty. Oh, it's overtime, baby. The third period heroics from Anthony Francis forces an overtime frame. Can we make this a stranglehold? Can we end it here in overtime? Our big guys are out. The first line. Back to Dumba. He won it last round. Can he get another OT winner? Matthew Dumba playing with Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes dips around the defense. What is he doing? Takes a wrister. Rittich covers the puck. There was a lot they could have done here. He dips, he doodles his way into the zone. I haven't seen Kaprizov score in a bit. Get it to him. He wants to prove himself. He wants to get a little bit of taste. He wants to get a taste of the puck here. Quinn Hughes over to Matthew Dumba. Passing it over to Kaprizov. Kaprizov back to Dumba. Dumba playing with it. Quinn Hughes. Oh, it's in his skates there, but Matthew Dumba right back down to Francis. Over to Matthew Dumba. Rings it around the net. And Pietrangelo does not go for it. Dougie Hamilton sends it up to Barzal. They have a chance here. First chance of OT. Dougie Hamilton, slapper, and Weeman sends it right into the stands. That was a rough transition from the Minnesota Wild. Pietrangelo just did not even take control of that around the net, and that leads to a big chance for the Islanders. Barzal and Borgstrom. Borgstrom win the faceoff, man. Come on. Loses it over to Dougie Hamilton. Oh, and Barzal with the big chance. Defense cannot throw him off, and he gets a chance. But Weeman stops the puck. Okay, another face-off in the defensive zone. Their first line is getting tired. Come on, Minnesota. They win the face-off. Up to Höglander, Pasternak. He's done it before. He's been in the finals before. End it. And, oh, big shot, and even bigger save from Rittich. Another chance for the Islanders. Are they going to change? Pulock over to Lee. Second line is out. And they lose the puck. Höglander. And they get stripped in front. Are you kidding me? A terrible, 2 turnovers in a row. We get the puck back. We send it right up in front, and Anders Lee ends it in overtime. The series is tied up here in New York. That is a rough way to end it in overtime. We could have been a lot better there, but we didn't have it in us. The captain ends it for the Islanders. It's a best of 3 again. Been here before. Are we on the right side of history? I'm honestly not too sure. I'm not too sure, Minnesota. I'm so disappointed with that effort there in OT. We could not get it out of our zone. One rough turnover, and that is it. As I said before, it's now a best of 3. A bad effort there. 2 straight losses in the Barclays Center, just like how we did it against Vancouver. Go up 2-0, and they tie it on their home ice. I just need to trust this roster. I need to. Do we put Raymond in the top 6? Do I? Is that a thing that I do? Raymond, I'm going to give you a shot of a lifetime. I'm going to give you top 6 minutes. Prove yourself. Prove it, man. Make a name for yourself, and then maybe make it hard for me to trade you. We're here in Minnesota. Best of 3. First period. 1-0 New York. Patrice Bergeron on the power play. They have 5 shots, Weeman. Dude, don't make me put Ben Bishop in. Don't. You can't get past Rittich, Minnesota? Rittich. Second period. Weeman, you absolute... I'm not even going to talk about it. That is ridiculous, Minnesota. Ridiculous play. You're no offense, even though you've been the best offensive team all season long. Power play, who the hell cares? You're not going to come back here in the third period. You blow it yet again. Best of 3, now we have to win 2 straight to win the cup. Do you know how hard that is? Oh, screw off, Raymond. I'm so done with everybody on this team right now. 2 straight wins, and then now 3 straight losses. Where are the big fish? Where are the big guys? Paying you millions of dollars, and you're nowhere to be seen. Nowhere. Nowhere. That's infuriating. That is infuriating. That upsets me very much. Evgeny Malkin, why did you have to leave, man? I want to run with Bishop, but I have to trust him. He's been our guy all along, but this is the toughest decision I'm ever gonna have to make. Right into to this point in the franchise mode, this is the toughest decision. Do we roll with Ben Bishop, who's had 1 start in this postseason? 3-1 loss. It wasn't his fault, though. We could put him in and he could be bad. But Weeman has been so unreliable. Ben Bishop. Ben Bishop. I'm going to go with Ben. Ben is coming into the lineup. This is a tough spot for him. This is a tough spot for everybody. Boys, you got to make history here. Your first ever Stanley Cup Finals. Come on, Minnesota. First period of game number 6. I'll slow sim it. Come on, Minnesota. Come on. Where are the big guys? Where are the big guys? Bergeron scores again. Again. Really. We're trying to... It's David Rittich. Is nothing super special. 15 shots in the first? A Stanley Cup is on the line, Minnesota. Petra-Angelov, yes. No, dude, really? 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 Oh, you... I don't even look. I don't even look. I don't. I'm so sick of this. A President's Trophy, Francis shows up. It's a 1-goal game in game number 6. We're out shooting them. That does not matter if you can't put the puck behind the net on David freaking Rittich. It's do or die, Minnesota. Do or die. Third period. Come on. Power play early for the Islanders. Kill it off. Kiefer goddamn... It's Kiefer Bellows! Kiefer Bellows! I'm done. Anders Lee, screw off. I'm done. What a postseason wasted. What a fantastic postseason wasted. Screw off, Long Island. You're not even playing in Long Island. I'm not even going to say it. Like, there's no point to say anything. Back to the drawing board? What is this? Our big guys come out flat and we get 2 goals in 2 games. 2. I don't know who to blame right now. Do I blame myself? Do I blame the goaltending? Should I keep Weeman in?